In 1946, my father-in-law, who was O.P. Leonard of Fort Worth, who was a successful businessman here and the father of my wife, learned that property was available, and he was interested in acquiring some more land in the area, and so he was successfully in purchasing that property. And after he purchased that land, it was totally grown up. But he took bulldozers and came in and cleared the land and began to plant an orchard there. And it became, at that time, Leonard Ben Farm. And it was envisioned to be exactly that, a pecan orchard. As I said, my father-in-law was O.P. Leonard, and he was affectionately known as Mr. Obie. And he was an interesting man. He and his brother Marvin, after First World War, started a merchandising business in downtown Fort Worth in a 25-foot storefront. And that was what they started in. And from those periods in the late 1910s, they grew that business to the point when they sold it in 1968, the Leonard's department store covered almost 7 square blocks of downtown Fort Worth. So it was a very successful business. They were very entrepreneurial, very visionary in the way they did their merchandising. And they were some of the few people that during the Depression actually made money, because their motto was more merchandise for less money. And they were one of the original really discount department stores that carried, had grocery stores, had a farm store, had pharmacy. You could buy everything in the Leonard's department store except liquor and an automobile. Those were the two things you couldn't buy. But the two gentlemen enjoyed their success, and as they were able to make money, they made other investments. And Mr. Obie was a man of the land. He loved land. And so when he had money to invest, he bought property. And he bought property all over the state of Texas. And on these properties, he bought good land. It was river bottom land, and most of those lands had been farmed or ranched, and around the river bottoms there would be pecan trees. And he became fascinated with pecans.